Welcome to the Because We Are podcast. Before we start, we have a quick little announcement we have to make. We usually are recording in 3. Today we are recording with 2. I'm here with call.me.hod. I am at Tren. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We just have to announce that Dame will not be joining us today for a multitude of reasons, actually. First one and most important one being that he had a very unfortunate bald nigga accident. I shouldn't even present it like that. That's kind of insensitive of me, but he had a very tragic, unfortunate accident, cutting himself, shaving his bald head. For as you guys know, he did go away recently to Detroit to shoot some great footage, and it was looking great, but I guess he kind of flew too close to the sun, and just wanted to look extra great for the Detroitians out there. And Hod saw it before I did. He said the scene was pretty graphic.
It was pretty gruesome. Pretty gruesome. Kind of looked like a horror movie out of a body horror film. It was really rough. I mean, I can tell you, having to come all the way from the back to the front, sometimes it can get dangerous.
Yeah.
Rounding that making that roundabout. So
you got to keep a steady hand. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep a steady hand, man.
Yeah. So prayers up for Dame. Actually, he did post something about it. I think he took it down. Instagram might have took it down because it was so graphic. At Gobbo_ if you want to check if it's still up, or at Gobbo Visuals. That's another one that he usually be posting on. I think that was the more serious stuff he posts on at Gobbo Visuals. So definitely, if you want to, give him your thoughts and prayers, please do reach out to him directly and tell him that, you're sorry about his accident and stuff like that. So thoughts and prayers for Dame. We love you, bro. We'll catch you in 2 weeks because we will not be recording next week. Want y'all to know. We got shit coming up. I got shit coming up. Everybody got shit coming up. And we just got to take a break sometimes. And also, this pod is going to be half public, half Patreon. So most of it is going to be on Patreon. We got a little bit of space for y'all. We gave you we had a busy month, man. We got some long episodes this month. And you know what I'm saying? So please enjoy. If you're a Patreon, patreon.com/because we are podcast. Please become a patron to learn more about us and enjoy the content. But without further ado, let's get it going, man.
Maybach music. I apologize, I don't recollect your name. Let me tell you that them heels.
Y'all already know what the f it is.
Your frame. Look at your body, baby. Ooh,
and if you don't know what it is,
my plane. Say you miss me and you wishing for
it's the Cancerian brothers in this bitch.
Look, another day, another dollar.
I'm at Tren.
When I leave, I never call her. That's slight shit, ice shit. I could call you right quick, but if I call,
I'm here with my man's call.me.hod. He in the building with us.
And a Skype that you say, lay where my flight at. If I decline, then you inquire.
Welcome to the Because We Are podcast.
Shit, this
-1.
It's overwhelming and more than hectic. But a woman worth some anger is certainly worth some effort. Just look closer. My life is quite deceptive.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 112. Happy Friday, first and foremost. Hopefully you're enjoying the last warm moments of summer. This shit was very quick. A little too quick for me, to be honest with you. I can't believe we already in August, bro. The end of August. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of crazy. I need 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
2 more weeks of above 85. That's it. Give me them last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm good. And we could go back to regularly scheduled programming. We the hoodie boys anyway. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's not like we're not gonna pop out during the fall. Have our I don't know if you're a hot chocolate guy. I'm a hot chocolate, guy.
With water or
Soups
milk?
for dinner type huh?
With water or milk?
Milk. Come on now.
All right. Just checking, because
Like
I gotta see what type of
savage.
niggas I'm rolling with right now.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah. soups for dinner, stews. You know what I mean? Pull out that hot. Not I said hot pot. The what do you call it?
The crock pot.
The crock pot. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can start your meal at 6 a.m. That should be ready by the time you get home. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of weather.
Yeah.
Not yet, but it's getting there.
It's getting there. Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Bro. I walked outside. I was underprepared dress wise. I was like, damn, it's already. Bro. I definitely needed, like you said, 2 weeks. I need like another month, bro. I feel like I ain't really do that much this summer, but you know.
Do you like? Are you? I mean, obviously, you know, we're summer boys,
bro.
but
I'm summer baby to the bone, bro.
Yeah.
Like big summer baby, and like I just feel like.
Oh yeah, because we both get sad, right? We both get seasonal anxiety.
It's like, oh yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's just the last couple years, like the older I've gotten, the more intense it's gotten. So you know, but hopefully, you know, I've made some changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
same.
The magnesium is helping a lot. You know, maybe I'll just be able to kind of. I already feel the moments where I'll lay in bed and the brain just starts kind of working overdrive a little bit. That's already starting, and I'm kind of just like, you know. But we'll talk more about that when we get to it. You know, more on that story as it develops. But how you doing, man? How you feeling? You good?
I'm
Ready
good,
pod?
man. I'm having a good week. I'm having a good month. Honestly, it's been really cool. I've had a lot of like major advancements career wise.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with like changing jobs or anything like that, but just like you ever accidentally became really important to your job,
and
like just having to deal with that. Like it's kind of dope, but also like where'd you fuck up?
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I became way too important over the summer and now I can't leave.
But that's always
negotiable.
You know, that's always like a negotiation room for a raise. You know what
I'm saying? For sure. And I got a good feeling that come, you know, quarterly, whatever, you know, that there may be some changes coming. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations, man. Yeah. Quick little shout out before we get into it. I want to give a shout out to all the podcasters and all the people, all the creatives that are in town currently in the DMV area. There was a podcasting event that's actually still going on until about tomorrow, I think, or today, I should say, where people just coming from all over. You know, I met a couple people from Houston. I met some people from Cairo, Egypt. You know, like it's just a whole bunch of people came over to just like join up for this like Black Podcasters event. And it was really great just meeting. I kind of crashed it. I didn't have a ticket, but I crashed it a little bit and still met some people, made some great connections, and had a lot of great conversations. And it was just really nice to be in a group of my peers. You know what I'm saying? Like I pitched the podcast a lot, you know, a lot of people checking it out. And I find some other people that I may either be working with in the future or just might just be being in similar rooms in that sense. So, yeah, it's been great, man. It's been really great meeting dope people and stuff like that. So if you're listening and if I met you, thank you. And, you know, get home safe. A lot of people, you know, travel from all over, like I said. So definitely get home safe. But it's been some great stuff. And hopefully, you know, we make some connections like for this pod in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot of people that had some great ideas and things that they might benefit us. So.
Dope.
Yeah, that's all on the personal tip. Let's get into our usual scheduled program. We will be skipping the letter league this week, obviously, because we are down one bald nigga, and we will be picking that back up in 2 weeks because that's just how we do. We're not gonna roll without Dane. But what's first on our list? What's first on our agenda? A lot of games coming up. We got reviews. We got things that we gotta serve up to y'all. But what's going on?
So there's been a lot of stuff and obviously media and whatnot. And, I think let's start with INZOI. I think that'd be a cool place to start.
Okay. That's how you say it, right? INZOI?
INZOI. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's like a play on like enjoy. I think I heard somebody say that, but they might've just been freestyling.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so there's a new lifestyle sim or living simulation game coming out, right? Similar to The Sims, right? The Sims being the most popular. The Sims 4 came out 10 years ago, it feels like.
And it's still
Very,
much
very long time ago, and
active
it's still
community.
like yeah. But the hook with INZOI mainly is that it was built in Unreal Engine 5, and the graphics are extremely realistic.
Yeah.
Now, the game itself looks pretty cool, but there's just something kind of off to me about it. So I just kind of wanted to share it with you, and just like see
I already have questions. I haven't seen the full trailer. I've heard of it because you shared it, but I haven't seen the full trailer. How about we pop that in for the patrons? Let's pop it in the VCR and watch it. For the patrons, you get to see it. We'll keep the audio for the public listeners, but let's hear a little bit about this INZOI and give a quick little review, expectations, and such.
I want to make sure the volume is good, so just tell me if you want me to turn it up.
I got you.
Have you ever imagined your
good.
dream life? We all have, but living that desired life in reality is a different story. If you could become a god and do anything you wanted, what choices would you make? If you've ever entertained fantastical thoughts like these, we want to introduce to you a world where you can create your dream life.
Can you pause real quick? Sorry. Just pause real quick.
Sure.
Before we even get into like the full review of this game, do you see yourself yet? Like, do you see yourself in this game yet? Like, do you see like, because that's what they're trying to present this, right? Like, I haven't seen myself yet. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay,
not.
that'd be my problem with a lot of these like lifelike simulator games. It's time, and The Sims as a whole. We're gonna talk about The Sims as a whole, the people that play Sims. We got to have a real conversation about that we're gonna get into. But
there needs to be a conversation.
I'll hold it. Let's just keep going. Keep going.
Welcome to INZOI. Everyone has a different dream life,
like, seriously,
and
look at these
INZOI
graphics,
offers
dog.
a variety of creative tools to help you
This is
build
nuts.
yours. First, let's look at creating
They got
characters,
Camila Cabello
known
in
as
here.
Zois. You can create realistic appearances with detailed controls over facial and body features. You can also customize hair and outfits to create a unique look.
I ain't gonna lie, the fits be hard in this game, bro. Like what I've seen, like stylistically, like they have a lot of.
They won me with the bucket.
Oh, look, see, see. You can change the length of the clothes, and come on, that's just. You could put your own designs on the patterns and shit.
They get this bitch cat ears.
So what they're showing off right now, you see they're making the facial movements.
Yeah.
You can actually connect the app. You can connect the game to your phone through an app.
Facial recognition.
And it has facial recognition, and you can actually make the faces for the character. And I guess you could use it for like a photo studio kind of thing, and just like take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's continue.
Yeah.
Oops.
That old ass
What
looking
about the
baby.
space where your Zoe will live? You can combine architectural elements like walls,
Obviously, there's the
roofs,
build element
stairs,
similar to
pillars, fences, gates, and ladders.
But again, you look
to
at the
build
lighting.
structure you
know,
want.
more
You
like
can also
modern
customize
design.
various appliances and furniture to decorate your home in your own
That shit
style.
was cool, man.
Worried you might not have the skills to do all this? Don't be. We have various AI functions
go.
that make creation easy for everyone. You can create
AI
your own
built in.
textures to make unique artwork, or turn real-world objects into 3D models to include in INZOI. It's time to showcase your limitless creativity. Once you've created your character and house, shall we step outside? Can you edit the city too? Absolutely. You can edit street elements like animals, plants, billboards, and weather to create the scenarios you want. You can also adjust the city's cleanliness, safety, and relationship indices to simulate specific lifestyles.
So I am interested to see.
Yeah, pause real quick.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I am interested to see because it said you can like edit the city's safety. Like, is there a crime? Is there a crime? Like, can you live any kind of lifestyle you want?
That's my biggest question. It's like, is this game only for people that live like a cookie cutter life, or can it be like, can I turn my shit into Gotham?
Yeah. Again, shit. Can you make Batman?
Exactly. Can this be a Batman game? Basically,
Like, can we just turn it into anything for sure? That's definitely my question as well.
I definitely have a lot of questions.
So I'm gonna pause it there for a sec because they get into more like technical stuff.
Yeah.
But
let's stop sharing for a little bit. Let's and we'll bring it back.
Get back to it. Yeah. Couple things.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that popped out to me obviously is the graphics, right? The textures and everything. They look very lifelike.
Mm-hmm.
But my brain immediately, there's like the problem is like there's not an uncanny valley thing happening. It looks very real. These look like people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or like digital representations of people.
Yeah.
But what if they are people? Like, I've watched way too much Black Mirror, I guess. But like, do you want to control a person that looks that much like a person? Because it just feels kind of, because it's, they call them God games. Like, aren't you, as we said before, flying a little too close to the sun right there?
I mean, that'd be my issue with a lot of like Sims players, man. Like, I feel like the first thing people should do if like somebody gets pulled in for like a crime or anything like that, check and see if they got like a history playing The Sims and see what type of world and the people that they built in that world. I feel like that tells you a little something about that person. I think have you ever played The Sims? Like, have you been like a Sims, like, were you involved in it? Have you been kind of interested in Sims?
I've never played myself, but my wife obviously has been playing since The Sims 2, which was probably like 2001, 2002 or something like that.
It's big. Like, women, I feel like if I had pulled up some statistics, I feel like women really do enjoy The Sims.
Oh, it's got to be like a 85-15 split.
Right.
Between men and women that play that game.
But if you look at like GTA type shit, it's like, which is basically,
because they have a very similar thing. Yeah, like we got GTA role play, they got The Sims.
Right.
For sure. No, but I think and I think there's a reason for that. I think because you get women, I don't want to judge women.
Hold on. Where's the drop? Just in case.
There's just obviously they spend they spend a lot of time kind of fantasizing about lifestyle and things like that. So there's because there's you can have as many kids as you want. You can get married. You can. I don't even understand if they're like making this stuff up or is this really happening in the game. When they're like flirting with the guy at work, like, is that really happening in the game?
The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to be. You take the red pill.
I just can't tell.
You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Have you ever seen Wifey's Simland? And did she make you in it?
She does not make me in it a lot. She hardly makes herself.
Does that hurt your feelings a little bit?
A little bit. I kind of think she just doesn't want to like make a poor representation of me, so she like tries not to. Because I do that too. Like, I feel like I'm kind of difficult to create in games.
Hold on,
so
bro. You announced last week that you made Shorty an XCOM. If she ain't making you in Sims, like,
no, fair.
Like,
fair.
I feel like that's an equal.
Like, who the fuck is Todd? Like, what is this?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you living such a happy life? 3 kids with Todd.
Yeah. Y'all millionaires? like what, I don't make enough money for you?
Yeah, no, shit is weird. Yeah. Shit is weird. If it was just as easy as typing in motherload, we would have did that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, we worked hard for the shit we got. Yeah, no, I played Sims, I think 2, growing up a little bit. But that was mostly because Darren was into it a lot. Which also has its own story there. That has its own thing. But I very much, that was like an exploration to some of the freakiness, because obviously in The Sims, they don't show a lot of like the graphicness, but you can build relationships and kind of romance people and things like that, which I found kind of fun a little bit. So I was making my crushes and shit in that, like that, practicing moves and things like that. But that was like the biggest extent for that. In terms of this INZOI, I think we're in a different place now than we were when Sims originally came out, and I think that people might be more into it based on its capabilities and the way that it'll grow. So my biggest thing, like right with the Apple helmet, right? My biggest thing is like I wouldn't get that unless it were possible to kind of be in a room.
Oh my goodness, that would be crazy.
With like everybody, like if you create yourself, you're basically like giving everybody the blueprint to create themselves. And like if there's like they said you can AI build your house in there, like you can generate shit like that. But let's say you scan your room, right? And it basically creates itself within that game, so you can pretty much build your house and shit like that in that, and you can have your own. So yeah, you are kind of playing God, or kind of just really just being able to create your real life inside of this game, if you just don't see it as a game and see it as more of like a, let me just do this. And I don't know, I'm kind of with it. It seems kind of fun. It could be fun if there's like a active player base, if you're playing with people, if you don't have a chance to, be around the people that you love all the time, but you can kind of be within this. I don't know, it has potential. Definitely has
that would
potential.
be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool, especially if they end up like getting some type of like photo capture to where like you can like really like scan yourself into the game, instead of like having to deal with your own skill set of being able to like create a model, right? If you could just scan yourself into the game and then like rebuild your neighborhood, because I've seen people do that on Minecraft. I've seen people do that on The Sims. People will create, like, just recreate their entire neighborhood or their entire like town that they grew up in. You know what I mean? And just kind of, so yeah, you could. Again, the game is really, really big and really extensive. I don't know how far the multiplayer goes, but if it ends up being a place where you can like live in the world, and if they do connect it with like the Apple Vision Pro, and you're literally like, oh, let's have a party at my house, but like everyone just actually be at your own house, but it looks like my house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that definitely brings it like a whole different element. You know what I mean? Because there's the connectivity aspect of it, and that may be some years out, but we're obviously closer than we've ever been.
Right. Right.
What if you get catfished on there? Like, what if, you know what I'm saying? You at the local pool hall and you meet a joint, you know what I mean? And y'all vibing. Yeah. They got voice chat in there and y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, chilling. You take the helmet off, she take the helmet off, and you niggas don't look nothing like
and it's Anthony Mackie.
Your avatar.
It's Anthony Mackie and Striking Vipers.
Exactly. It's like, yo, bro, what you doing here?
Yeah. I definitely can see the sinister parts of it too, kind of growing. Another thing that I kind of I didn't like about is just, like I said before, there's nobody in that trailer that's above like 120 pounds. Like all them niggas look like they belong on Love Island. Everybody's
beautiful, bro. Yeah, like that was 100% the problem for me as well.
Yeah,
everyone's too fine in that trailer.
Right. It just feels like this is who we want to be playing this game. This is who people want. And that'd be the problem with too, with like when people making Sims and shit, like it's like eugenics basically. Like if you playing with like if you playing Sims or like Animal Crossing, it's basically like eugenics / like gentrification. Like there's a lot of like weird shit going on with like the shit that people be putting in these games. And of course, some of the listeners going to be like, yo, it's just a game. Like, what you talking about? But nah, yo, the people with these mentalities, man, you gotta watch them.
Gotta be careful.
You definitely gotta be careful because it definitely influences the way that you see This is media, like everything else. It's encoding, and it affects the way that people see real life shit. I think.
Speaking of that, the creators of INZOI actually released a tweet today. So the game's character studio released for free on Steam yesterday, and so the game
character
itself
studio
is not
being,
out.
like you can create your own. Avatar.
You can create your avatar.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first tweet that the creators have released since the release. Hello, everyone. We have seen many discussions related to the diversity of character customization in the community. INZOI is still in the development stage, and there are many areas that need to be improved. Especially, we are facing some technical challenges when it comes to adjusting body shape. We are truly sorry that we are not offering the full function at the current stage. We fully understand the importance of this feature, and we will try our best to bring much improved versions next time.
Right.
We highly appreciate your feedback, and we will continue to listen to your voices and reflect them in the future. Once again, we sincerely thank everyone for all the feedback.
Yeah.
So they're already body shaming.
Exactly. Body shaming. And like, if you make a game that's supposed to be lifelike, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of having people create the lives that you think is the best life that they should have. If you believe that anybody should, the only type of people in this world should be beautiful people, you know what I'm saying? Vegans, like if people with like,
basically,
you know, people with hair, like ain't no bald niggas in that trailer. You know
I didn't see no bald niggas, that's for sure.
It's very much like the curly hair, a lot of light skinned people. Like the darkest person in that trailer was like, of course, like no darker than us.
Yeah.
So
you look like Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, and like I know people always are just like, yeah, it's a game, just enjoy it, but you know these things kind of matter. You know, representation does matter.
And
we
I
talk
think
about that a
INZOI,
lot, so.
if I'm not mistaken, INZOI is the creators are Korean, but or they might be Chinese actually. Craft On.
That'll do it.
It might be a Chinese developer. Yeah, no, South Korean developer. So the issue being one thing that they kind of, again, people are talking about, there is also no same-sex relationships available in the game, right? So again, there's all of this stuff when you market yourself,
a lot of bullshit
as like you can create yourself in this world. You gotta
perfect world.
Yeah, you gotta let people be themselves, or or something else. You know what I mean? So I find it interesting. They're gonna have a nice hill to climb.
Games, and this might be too much for this. Are there any games with like customization for finish the thought?
Parts?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
Cyberpunk 2077. You can.
That's the first one?
Well, yeah, it's the first one, but that's just what it's called because it takes place in 2077.
Okay.
But yeah, you can be whatever you want. You can your gender identity does not have to match your equipment.
Word. I wonder if that will be included in INZOI.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. And it's not just enough to like, because a lot of times all they'll do is like you can just be a dude but like have a dress on or like wear the wigs.
You can look
like
the
that.
part, but it's not like,
Like, nah, man. Can I make Hunter Schafer in that game? Let me make Hunter Schafer in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like then we're talking.
Yeah. And after playing Baldur's Gate, there ain't nothing I haven't seen for the game. They have the technology. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
People is letting it hang and letting it bang in Baldur's Gate.
I've heard.
I've heard. Great game. But anyway, we can move on from INZOI. Exciting stuff though. Like I think if they do it right, it could be really, really cool and really interesting. But there's things that I necessarily want to see. Actually, one more question before we get off of INZOI. It'll come to me.
Careful.
Yeah. I'm saying I want to be careful, but
all good.
Yeah, we can skip. We can move on. It'll come back to me. We'll talk about it.
Cool.
But I know you've seen Alien Romulus. I've been hearing like a lot of mixed reviews, mostly good ones though, about Alien Romulus. So you want to give your review? Should I hit the spoiler button just in case?
I'm not gonna go spoilers. It's not a movie that is like easily spoiled anyway. You kind of need a lot of backstory for any of that shit to matter anyway.
But I need you to tell me the moments like in that movie that were just like, like what do you rate it first of all? Like how many face huggers do you give it?
Out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of 5.
I give it 3.5 face huggers out of 5.
Okay.
I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was a really fun movie. I thought it was actually genuinely scary. I think Fede Alvarez is an incredible director. You know, he did Don't Breathe in 2016. He also did the Evil Dead remake in 2013. That guy is just like, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows how to make like fear happen and tension happen in the movie. The practical effects were great. There was some like really, really wonky CGI kind of took me out of the movie a few times. But other than that, everything else kind of sold pretty well. It was a really, really good story, and they added a nice element to the Alien series, which is kind of gotten long in the tooth and like needed to find a way back to its roots. And I think this was a good entry. There's also like this element of it where like Fede is a fucking weirdo, bro. Like there's just certain parts of the movie that just, it's like, yo, you got to be a sick nigga to think of some of this shit. Like you have to. There's
I need to hear it, man. I need to hit the spoiler.
No.
I need to tell me some of that. I need to
There's
And
hold
that's
on.
not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Skip ahead.
So I'm gonna go ahead and we all know the definition of phallic, right?
Yeah.
What's the opposite of that? Like, what's a word for like when things just look like vaginas everywhere?
Like just I'm sure genitalia is in that, the root of that, some sort of
word
something.
for something looking like a vagina. Yo, my fucking Google searches is gonna be crazy.
What if everybody could have an AI robot or whatever, but it was only built out of your cache, like your media cache or like your searches and shit like that?
Yeah, that would be it. It would just be judging me the whole time. It would be judging me.
You could only
apparently the word is Yannick.
Yannick?
Yeah. It's
Isn't that nigga in the NBA?
Yeah, Yannick, right? There's got to be, right? Somewhere, somebody's son's name is Yannick.
Yeah.
You called your son a pussy. But yeah, there's so much in that movie, and it's not just that it looks like a vagina. It looks like a wet, dripping vagina. Like it's not even. Some of it looks like sick vagina. There's one part where they actually put a stick in it. Like they put a hot rod into something that looks exactly like a vagina. The movie, like there's just so much, like, again, the alien heads have always been kind of phallic. They look like penises. And then the face huggers literally face fuck you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's what they do. So like they took it to another level where the aliens like kind of cocoon thing when it's like shape shifting or going into or molting or going into a different form. That shit just looks like a dripping vagina. And it's nothing else you could think of.
You said
that's
this
what it
movie's
looks
still
like.
in theaters?
Yeah, absolutely. This movie is still in theaters and probably will be for a while.
Gotcha.
And that isn't the only part. Like there's a part towards the end where there's a very, very horrific birth. And like there's just a lot of the movie has to do with like the female genitalia. A lot of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was very unsettling, man. It was very unsettling. But it was good.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
It was good. It was good for sure.
Okay. Nice. I don't know the scale of like for movies. I know for music I'm like, oh, would you buy it? But I guess for movies it's like
Yeah, would you buy it too? I would definitely buy it. I would buy
When's
it
the
to
last time you
complete
bought
the
a
collection
movie?
for sure. It's been a while, but I kind of want a Blu-ray. Like, I want a Blu-ray collection. You know, and if you see like everything being on streaming, they're doing the same thing that they're doing with other media, which is like they're changing shit. Like they're changing scenes. I just saw recently, like there's a scene in Lilo and Stitch in the original where like Lilo hides in a dryer.
Yeah.
And they
changed
change it
a
to like
cabinet or something. Like
like a cabinet or something.
Yeah.
So like,
it's
they
like,
don't
nah,
want to
bro, let
encourage
that
kids
bitch
to
climb in
like,
the dryer, bro. Like,
yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying? It's a movie.
Yeah. Nah, I think they made the right decision. As someone who may be a parent someday, I could definitely see the alarming, you know,
Of a kid hiding in a dryer.
hiding in a dryer, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure that has gone bad at a few houses,
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
In a few households.
Yeah.
Like, how do you explain that to the officers when they show up?
Right.
How
do you explain to Mr. Bubbles? You know, big ass. Like, why is that character? Why did they make him like a big ass black character like that? I mean, representation cool, but like,
yeah,
big ass FBI looking character who was really just like social services, you know?
Yeah, that was weird.
Of course, he
weird.
was like the villain, kind of the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't got to get into that. Have you seen? I think it's kind of funny how people kind of talking about Stitch saying nigga.
There was one part. Yeah, I've seen that, but I didn't.
I don't.
So
it doesn't sound like it really, but
it doesn't sound like.
I
it
think
to
it's
me.
funny
It
to joke
didn't-
about it.
Yeah, for sure. But I remember like controversies in like certain movies, and like there was always like some white woman in Michigan who paused Lion King and saw the word sex written in dust or
In
some
the
shit
stars,
like that.
yeah, and
Yeah, there was always
yeah.
something weird happening. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Back then. So
The Little Mermaid one, bro. The Little Mermaid. I think it
that was definitely a dick.
Yeah, the second one I think it was Little Mermaid 2.
He got
where they
got
had
hard.
a dick in the background, in
For
in
sure.
the castles and shit like that.
I think one of the priests got hard.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was talking about the cover of the movie. Like if you look at the cover, one of like the statues in the background is very clearly a dick. I remember that was like the early days of YouTube too. Like they put some like weird music. Like, wait a minute, did you see that? Like,
Yeah.
let's go back for a second. Like it was very like conspiracy related. Or like, but it's gotten too bad. Like conspiracies are not that fun anymore. But also like, remember the other ones that used to exist for like music, like the Jay-Z songs. It's like, oh, if you put it in reverse, he's saying 666 murder Jesus.
I miss that. I miss that. I miss like little they made a bunch of stuff with Pac, like, oh, if you listen, he says Suge shot me. You know what I mean? Like all of this stuff. Like I do. I miss that shit, bro. I miss motherfuckers putting like Easter eggs in their music for sure.
Yeah, we definitely.
We got to get back to that.
Yeah, we talked about that. All right, let's give one more topic. What do we got publicly that we got to get off for the public listeners?
Let's do the secret level trailer.
Let's do it. I haven't heard this at all, so please present that.
Yeah, so I actually haven't either. Someone introduced it to me. Apparently it's like an Apple TV show. And I don't even know where it's about. I just know that it's featuring multiple like video games, but like modern video games.
Oh hell yeah, I'm in.
So yeah, let's
Apple TV, man.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Prime Video actually. Prime Video.
Them too.
Let me
They got some
share.
good shit on there.
Yeah, Prime Video is actually doing some good shit. Okay, sharing over.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Oh, I might have. Did I do the audio that time? Stop. Screen. Entire screen. Oh yeah, I didn't do it. Trying to.
Let's get it.
Is that
It's
Warhammer?
time. This world has waited for your arrival.
It looks like Sifu. Love, Death, and Robots.
It is you.
I think I heard that
You
series. I gotta watch
will
it.
open the door.
Hey, I love
Because
anthologies.
you are the chosen. All those moments. It's a new adventure. Just
And Mega Man?
for you.
God of War? Ghost of Tsushima? Fallout? Dragon Age? Definitely a sequel.
Come in. You have a game to play.
Gaming anthology series.
Yo, you put two of my favorite words together. And you just, I'm in,
Gaming
man.
and anthology.
I'm in, bro. I love anthology series. I heard
too.
that Love, was it Love, Sex, and Robots? Is that what it is?
Love, Death, and Robots, my man. God damn. Yo, you cannot be stopped. I just.
There's too many of these moments, man. I'm just waiting for the day the freaky compilation comes out.
I'm telling you, somebody's putting it together for sure.
Love and Death and Robots. Yeah, I've heard of that recently. That I have to check that out. But yeah, man, I love anthology series, bro. I'm a big fan, and I'm an avid gamer, and we're all gamers on this podcast, so I'm in, bro. I definitely will be tuning in, and I'm glad that it's so soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad it's like, December. Yes, I love that.
So there's some Dungeons and Dragons. There's Pac-Man, Spelunky. I did see Warhammer. December 10th, 15 episodes. I love 15 episodes. I love the fact that we're, getting back to that. Yeah. Armored Core, Concord, which didn't even come out yet. That shit comes out in a couple weeks. Crossfire, don't know what that is. Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, Honor of Kings. Heard of it, but never played it. Mega Man, New World Art Aeternum, never heard of that. Pac-Man, PlayStation Studio stuff, so you can expect like God of War, maybe Jack and Daxter, stuff like that. Sifu, Spelunky, The Outer Worlds, Unreal Tournament, and Warhammer 40,000.
Hey, yeah, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the I know there's like a video game voice actor strike going on currently. So I wonder how that's gonna affect a little bit of like the gaming industry, and also just like things like this, right? Where gaming is becoming more it's like reaching its way into other industries now, right? Yeah. We had the Fallout game or Fallout series made. And it seems like Amazon has really like attached itself to like the gaming type of, material. So I wonder if that'll affect this series at all, or if this is like something that people can get into.
And if you find out that you love one of these episodes, you go play the game, right? You go, that'll be a cool little, and it makes me wonder like who's funding it. Right?
Yeah.
Who's funding the series? Because who stands to gain from your video game being on a TV show, right? Yeah. And like, what are they telling stories that are unique to those worlds? Yeah. Or are they crossing worlds, like say
Kingdom Hearts
Player
type
One?
Shit. Like it feels
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's what it feels like. It feels like very much Kingdom Hearts, but in a series. Yeah. Like a person gets like to jump into like these different worlds and meet these people. I really do hope they get like some original voice actors, like for people that were like like if they're like the Gears world, right? Like I would love to see the guy who played like Marcus Phoenix, his name is slipping my mind right now, but like there's different voice actors that play these original characters, and get some new acts in there, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the strike is going on right now, so I don't know.
How many of those are just like Troy Baker, just like
doing a bunch of different voices,
He does so many fucking games, bro. Yeah, he's just him. He's remember what was it like way back in the day with like Bugs Bunny and
Mel Blanc.
like it was like 2 dudes
Yeah, Mel
that
Blanc,
did all
yeah.
those voices. Yeah, Mel
my
Blanc
dad
did
pointed
all
that
of
out
those
to
voices.
me. My dad pointed that out to me too. Like Mel Blanc, his credit, he was like, look at that credit, that right there. That's the dude that created basically this whole thing, you know. And
The
his
whole
name was
thing.
like on the
It's
second
just him
credit.
in a room.
Yeah, stacking money probably, man.
Yeah,
like
for sure, for sure.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty
no, I
much
definitely
like Troy and Nolan North. Those are the 2 guys that just do every single game.
yeah.
But it should be cool for sure. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think so too. I love that things like this are getting made. You know what I mean? Like this, it inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Like it inspires me to somehow be in those rooms someday. But okay, I think that's enough for the public. Thank y'all for listening, and for those who are patrons, click on over to Patreon if you're not here already, and continue this episode. And if you just don't have the funds to subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/because we are a podcast, it's only $1. $1 lets you continue, you know, your Friday with some good content. Click on over.
You can send me your Cash App.
Right. We'll
not saying I'm actually give you any money, but
you can send it. Yeah. First month free on us. I'm just kidding. Pay for that shit. Patreon.com/because we are a podcast. We will catch you in 2 weeks. And be safe. We love you. Stay warm. By the time we're back, it'll be a little colder than it is today. And for those who celebrate sad, you know, keep it. For those who celebrate, please be safe. And you know, stay strong.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah. We will catch y'all in 2 weeks.